Well, there we go. Do it right. It's been a minute since I've done this. Well, here we are. Live. Ugh. Get all this stuff out of here. Got anyone here yet? We got one person. What's up? Good evening. Well, you must be on the other side of the world if it's good evening. It's good morning in America. What's up, George, Leroy? I wonder if I can go a little higher with my camera. A little higher, there we go. What's up, Dominic? Kronos. Let's comb this mane. This hair. Even if I have a comb, I may have to use my daughter. Let's see if I have my comb in here. I do, okay. I got my comb in here. Friday Live, guys. It's been a while since I've done a Friday Live. Life's just been busy. And our shooting production schedule for videos has just not been what it was last year. Well, a lot of the reason is we just don't have as many new things. Like last year, we really cranked out a lot of new product lines, so we were constantly doing updates and videos. But not this year. Well, I do have 2 new lines coming. What's up, Tim? Spooky to Scary, DE Razor Shaving. We just picked up Katie's Bubbles, which I know is an old classic, and we carried it years ago, and then for some reason we stopped carrying it. So I finally talked to Chris. I was like, Chris, can we carry your product again? He's like, yeah. So we got Katie's Bubbles on its way. I told him just to get us started with like some of the greatest hits. So like the most popular stuff, we can always fine tune it from there. And then same with Declaration Grooming. We got some of that on its way. And we're talking to Mike's Naturals. So hopefully we'll be carrying their stuff as well. Let's see here. This chat always like disappears. I don't know how to get it back on. Oh well. It'll either work or it won't. But so yeah, I'm excited about that. So we'll definitely shoot some spotlight videos when we get those brands arriving. They were in the mail this week, so hopefully we get them next week and we can get them in the studio to start shooting maybe the next week or 2. Yeah, Katie's Bubbles Declaration Grooming will be new to the store. One asked if barbershop soap should be bloomed in warm water. That's a personal thing. This whole blooming soaps it's a personal thing. I personally don't really bloom soaps. I don't even know what that really means. I guess you put some hot water on top and let it kind of sit. That's a personal thing, whether you want to do that or not. I think that getting it wet and building a ladder is always good. Toolkit for vintage razors. What do you mean by a toolkit? Like specialized tools for taking the razors apart? I don't know. Tell me more what you think that means. Today will just be kind of a quick shave, mostly because we don't have any other things to film, but I have some very exciting news for upcoming videos. Really exciting. Any new scents coming out for the Razor Emporium line? Yeah, we will have our fall seasonal release. In fact, I think we started working on it this week. We'll have a fall seasonal release. I don't even know what the scent is. Our soap maker DJ, Mrs. Dodger Joan, she's been a combination of kind of just recovering from some medical stuff and just been busy, but I know that they're working on it this week. So yeah, we'll have a fall sent out, I'm sure, for the October newsletter in mid-October. So Yeah. Okay, so blooming is release of fragrance. You can achieve the same effect with hot scuttle. But I'm a cold water shaver, so all this is just speaking French. My skin just does better with cold water, so I never get to experience the benefits of warmth. Today we'll keep it really, really simple and easy. I just literally grabbed something from over here in my bathroom. We got 1988 and we got the Rex Deco Lucite shaving brush. So we'll get, I just popped out of the shower, so we'll get a little face water going here and we'll start chatting. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, this week I received my order. Top 10 sample pack customer service was exceptional in quality packaging, top tier products. Very grateful. Thank you very much, Bloated Tony Danza. Love the Prospector Gillette razor ordered a year ago. Good. Matthew says, hi. Did you ever do a giveaway of Rex products? I do giveaways all the time. In fact, I'm sending, if you guys are going to the Texas Shavers Meetup, or whatever it's called, that Douglas Embry does, I'm sending a bunch of product today for that. So I always send product. If you guys have a meetup happening, I always am throwing products. We have two different giveaways, or not giveaways, we have two different pass-arounds right now on Damn Fine Shave and on Shave Dad Facebook group. We're doing pass-arounds with the Rex Page razor. So we always are doing stuff. I'm happy to do stuff like that. Hi, Matt, just got my first old type single ring. Cool. Yeah. All right, let's get face wet. Start building a lather. Well, it definitely helps that I just popped out of the shower. At least I'm somewhat prepared. I'm just a fan of putting water right into the soap dish, and you can see it splashing around in there, and kind of getting an early mixture just going and just start agitating. Huge thanks to you. Thanks for your video. Switch from GD, Gillette Fusion, to Mercure Progress, no more irritation, itchy red face. Good to hear. If you wish, I may visit Repair Factory here in Moscow. Dude, yes, I would love to see a video of the Repair Factory. I want to know, how do they differentiate the quality of blades? Like, what do they do for that? The different lines, like Repair Lux, Repair Platinum, like I think it's just a quality thing. I don't think it's different sharpening processes or anything. You tell me. Yeah, I'll send a message to the president personally. Different types of steel. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't have different types of steel, but I just really don't know if like they have like the good sharpening process and the bad sharpening process. I don't know. Prospector Fat Boys. Good to hear. Yeah, dude, I would have never, if you would have asked me years ago if the mixing rhodium and gold on different parts would be popular, I would be like, no. But now it's like our number one thing we do. We do so much prospector razors. Probably, I don't know, 50 or 75 a month. Let me do a tiny bit more hydration. I just feel like it's a little bit dry. A lot of agitation. Gotta slap it! If you ever decide to do a single edge razor in the future, Matt, what direction? Probably injector. I'm a big injector fan. That's what actually we're going to use today, is a supply injector. Matt, what vintage Gillette razor is the most aggressive? I don't know, like the single ring, old type, or maybe the 1930s, like new deluxe. Like, I have a really crappy one up here. It's all beat up. I took it home from work because there was a broken tooth. And there's no finish on here. It's literally just a bunch of raw metal, random pieces I took home. Franken razor, but these ones with the flat bottom, the open comb from the 30s, maybe one of these guys. In fact, that's actually what Icon, the very first Icon razors were based off of that. This is an Icon. And this is actually serial number 47. Yeah, this is the 47th icon ever made. Hanging out. Okay, got the page last week. The thing rocks. Glad you like the page. I need to open a wet shaving store. Yeah. I don't think so, bud. Sorry, man. E-commerce is where it's at. I don't want to have the overhead of a store and a power bill and labor just to sell shaving stuff. Sorry. Our lobby, like we have a little brick and mortar. It's like 4% of our revenue is from our brick and mortar. I couldn't survive off a shaving store. That's why you don't see them. Using the console and enjoying it so far, wondering which blade are the smoothest. A lot of people like the Rex Platinum blades with it, or maybe try like a Perma-Sharp or Gillette Platinum. Okay, so we got a kind of a this is the copper edition. I took it home. We did a video years ago with Supply, and I just took it home. I don't think they even make them anymore, the copper ones. I like the Supply. I like the injector style. I meant TSA asking me about Prospector. Well, that's good. Be like, yeah, what's up, man? These sideburns are getting a little long. We'll go up a little bit. Which shaving cream is best? Again, subjective questions. The one that works best for your skin. Try Parasso to get started. Or Taylorville Bond Street. Good evening from Berlin. I don't know. I think that they did a really good job with Supply. Part of me is secretly jealous I didn't think of it. And then he got on Shark Tank, and then it took off and blew up. So, I got a question for the audience. What's up, Jason? Who out there, give me like a yes, maybe just a yes in the comments. I want to ask everybody. Here we go. Who out there knows who Sharpologist is? The YouTube channel Sharpologist, also known as Mantic59, also known as Mark Harrow. Put a yes in the comments if you've heard of this gentleman. I do remember Nick Shaves, yes. Well, I'm asking because I'm very excited to say Razor Emporium is flying Mark and his wife from Texas out to Phoenix next week to do a couple videos at our studio. I'm pretty excited about it. Mark is like a hero to me because I've been around in the industry for almost 20 years. I think I got involved in 2005, 2006. We're coming up on 20 years. And he was already there. He was the OG. He's like the grandfather, not because of age, just because of his prominence. But he was already making videos. I know I watched a bunch of his first videos about double-edged shaving, and he gave me the confidence to buy, my first double-edged razor, and gave me the confidence to try to do it. So it's been a long time dream I've met him several times. I've met him at different meetups, like at Maggard's meetup, I've met him. I think he's come to the various, like years ago, the Big Shave meetups. So we're going to film a double-edged discourse. If you guys have seen me do that with like other makers, like I did one with Caleb from Aylesworth, or Chris from Carve Razors, or Peter from A&E, or Phil from Bricktown. I've done a bunch of them. So we're going to do a double-edged discourse at the Razor Emporium studio. And then I think we're actually going to come, we're going to come back, I think, to my house in my backyard and shoot like kind of like more of an informal interview. Just because our studio looks really good from the one angle you guys see it at, but the rest of the room's pretty plain and ordinary. I don't just want to sit at the counter and talk to him more, like at the shave counter. So I thought we'd come back to my backyard and kind of set up like more like a, you know, laid back kind of like conversation. I want to more or less interview him and have him interview me. And I think we're going to cross post these videos onto both of our channels. You turned me on to Castle Forest, perhaps Mr. Fine. Awesome. Good to hear, Matthew. So right, I've been using Gillette new long comb 30s. Yep. Quite aggressive. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to compare them. I don't know. Try both. Blades. My favorite blades are in the sensitive skin pack we sell. Yeah, I hear you on the clean shave. I hear you guys. I'm sorry. I've had the goatee for literally almost 30 years, maybe. No, not 30, 20, 25, since I was like 15, 16. My wife and I both agree that I need some facial hair. My wife prefers me with a beard. She met me with a beard in the wintertime. And the goatee's a compromise. She's actually like, the goatee's okay, but she really likes the beard. So this is the compromise. I'm wondering if the tariffs have affected your supply chains. Yes and no. Like, I've paid a lot. I've paid $10,000 or $15,000 in tariffs just this year. So that is what it is. We've noticed our international business has lessened, but our domestic business has grown. So it's kind of evened out. Oh man, here in Phoenix it's raining. I got a little window over here. Hold on, I gotta hear this. Can you guys hear that? All right, we're getting a little morning shower. In Phoenix it does not rain often, so when it does, it's pretty exciting. Green Colt 1-1, amazing shaver, haven't heard of it. Dorco Prime, yeah. Good to hear you like the Ever Ready brush. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about Mantic coming out. He comes out on Wednesday, or no, Tuesday. He comes Tuesday. We'll shoot on Wednesday, and he flies back on Thursday. I get it. I know. Maybe I should be. And I've done plenty of shave off videos, guys, where I do take off the goatee and the mustache. I've done a lot of those videos. But I've said it before. I'm not a wet shaver because I love shaving. I'm a wet shaver because it works well for shaving in general. If I love shaving, why stop here? Should I shave my eyebrows and my sideburns and my hair? Like, I gotta shave everything, my chest, just shave it all. I love shaving. I wet shave because it works really well for when I need to shave. Suggest aftershave lotion. Any of them? Here's one that I'm going to use right now. My dad gave me this like little gift set at Christmas, Dracar Noir. It actually goes well with 88. This is a great one. It's like totally like a department store aftershave, but I actually really like it. That's all you need. How does Paige compare to Meteorite? I'm sorry, I'm not going to be commenting in any fashion about that company. We had a legal settlement with that company, and part of that is a non-disparagement agreement, and I'm not going to comment at all. Sorry. But there's one other guest that I'm excited to talk about is going to be coming out. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself with stating this, but let's just say that we are going to be doing some work with a very large English shaving company that makes a lot of razors, and you've probably heard of them. They're the biggest name in England for razors, and they make brushes and soap. You probably can guess who they are. And we're going to be doing some additional work with them in the kind of like the business to business side of things. And that owner of that company, his last name starts with a J. You probably can guess who it is going to be coming to Phoenix in mid-October, and we're going to do another double-edged discourse with him. And I'm really excited about that. So you can guess who that is. Dracar Noir is amazing. My grandpa had been using it. Yep. Matthew Adelson. Yeah, Leroy. You guys have some good names. I kind of just don't want to jinx it until it all is in fruition. Let's just say that we're going to be helping them with distribution within the United States. And we're going to kind of take that over. So he wants to come out here to see our warehouse, and I convinced him to do a video with me. What's up, Aaron? From down under? Okay, Mr. Brian, much better question. I'll answer that one. What's the plan for producing Yates razors? I've been working with Jake for the last month and a half on the winning razor. And in fact, when I get to the shop this morning, when I'm done here, Jake's calling me. We've been prototyping, not prototyping, but more or less sampling. That machine, when we took his machine from Pennsylvania to Phoenix, you have to reconfigure it. And we had it set up, we made the page with it, and then all the tooling comes off and you put on all new tooling for the winning. It has to be all recalibrated and know where 0 is and where X, Y, and Z are. And we've run several winning parts. We've probably made a dozen heads. And I literally mailed some of the final ones to him, and he's measuring with a caliper, and we're making little tiny changes. And today he's going to call me, and we're going to zero everything in just perfectly. And I already have hundreds of pieces of steel, little blanks. And as soon as he gives me the go-ahead that all the numbers look good, we're going to start cranking them. And I want it available either late October, or we may just wait till Black Friday. But it's the first thing we're doing. The Yates winning razor. And as far as I can see, we will keep his prices exactly where they were. I don't want to do any price increase, but what I'm probably going to do is just not offer it to wholesale. I think that's where he got into trouble, is he was selling it to other stores, and then you have to have half the margin and a lot more demand. I'd rather sell direct to consumer and keep the price exactly where it's at, and just have it be the Yates is only available through Razor Emporium, and it's the same prices as before. So that's the plan. Okay. Heritage 2 1940s Gillettes and also like 100 Gillette Silver Blues. If you want to try, dude, yeah, use your 1940s Gillette razors, man. Like, get an old Super Speed. You don't need to break the bank to wet shave. Your blades sound great too. Like, you can put together a kit for under $100 and have a great time. We're still working on the butterfly. Angelo, I've invested, let's just say like close to $25,000 in R&D. I'm not exaggerating. And we're close, but we still keep on having issues with the doors. As the doors come together and you apply tension, the doors are opening up a little bit, and we're just trying to keep on changing like the dimensions of the doors to get them to pull down nicely and not crack open under tension. And then on top of that, it's an adjustable butterfly. So as you adjust the mechanism, it's then kind of like opening more. So we keep on playing with this engineering feat of how to do that. So it's still in development. Trust me, I'm heavily invested. I want it out as soon as possible, but I can't put out a subpar product. So yeah, it's still very much something we're working on. So I'm like literally sweating in here because it's still hot. I'm gonna open this little door of mine. They even open this window. Get a cross breeze through. I'm like literally sweating in here. So much better. Nothing like ventilation. We've been going for 26 minutes. What else? What else, guys? Any other questions? Any other burning issues? Mate in Australia, the Cremo just came here, but I know the website can't find Rex shaving subs. It's not up to me who stocks Rex products. Like we have several accounts around the world. I mean, like I think we have up to 40 or 50 different stores, and they put in orders whenever they want, and they carry whatever they want. I just have like minimum purchase amounts. Like they have to put, I think, $500 in at a time. That's like my only requirement. But they stock what they want to stock, and a lot of times shipping aftershaves and soaps is hard, especially when it's hot. Or different countries limit things based off like there's alcohol in them. They don't want to ship them through the mail, so it's just hard. We still rocking with Thiers Assard. Also, are scales available for them? Yeah, we still have a lot of Thiers Assard. I've never looked at carrying scales from them, but I do know they make them. At least years ago, I know they had replacement scales available. Maybe it's something we want to stock, but we still sell a lot of their razors. I'll go for another maybe 3 or 4 minutes, guys. I do really want to get to work. You heard me. I want to call Jake, and I want to get going on this winning. Matt, massive fan of your vision and products. Any plans for a titanium Rex Ambassador would be a dream razor? That sounds great. I do like that idea. You know, part of buying this CNC machine was kind of the dream was to start bringing more of our machining in-house, and especially with our contracted shop. It's here in Phoenix. They basically said, we don't have the bandwidth for more than what we're already doing. So I made to say, fine, if you don't want to do the titanium version, we'll just do it. So yeah, that would be on my list too. That sounds great for me. Gotta run, Matt. Thanks for hopping on. Love your stuff. Thanks, Dominic. I've used them and they're amazing. 5566. Thank you very much, Aaron. Dude, yeah, wet shaving has caught fire. I'm not sure where you've been or how long you've been in the industry, but we never had a down year. It keeps on growing. Shave mugs with lids, an Old Spice vein. Yeah, you'd have to talk to like a mug factory, and it's probably going to be in China or India or Pakistan, and it'd be a huge MOQ. It'd be like probably a 500 or 1,000 piece minimum for a custom mug like that. So and then they're so damn heavy. Then you look at the freight. To get the international shipment on these heavy ass fragile mugs, I could just see them being so expensive. I bought the Page. It's my go-to. Good, yeah. Mike. That's exactly why we made that razor. It's for the person who wants the entry-level razor, a good quality. I'm glad you like it. We've already sold close to 800 Page razors, so it's been a big success. Is it ever necessary to oil your razors? Mineral oil never will hurt. I would say just use mineral oil. I've used Brute, Imperial Leather, yep. Are you done? I'm already done, look. That was a pretty good shave. One pass. Not too bad. Thanks, Matt. I look so much forward to it. You introduced me to wet shaving. It's changed my whole shaving experience. Even my life. Thank you. Hey, we're happy to do that, man. I am so grateful. First off, I give God thanks. I'm so grateful that I've been in the position that I have been to help so many people, and it's very rewarding. And that's why we do it. Like I could be doing anything else. Like before this, I used to work in marketing in the healthcare industry. I had a whole career I could have done, but this is so much more rewarding. So and a lot more fun. Okay, I'm going to make or put together an order. What's your where you have your picture and aftershave that's inspired by Old Gillette? That's going to be the Phoenix Artisan product. It's made exclusively for our store. It's called King R Emporium, and it looks like I do have some still. Looks like this. So it's by Phoenix Artisan, but it's only available in our store. And if we don't have any, it's because it's probably on order. It sells so fast. My lid for my vintage Old Spice mug is a Pringles snack. Nice. God bless you, Matt. Love your videos. Thank you, William. So, Matt, you've used Imperial leather before. No, I haven't. Nope, sorry. If I want a leather one, I think one of my favorites is a Phoenix Artisan, the Tombstone. I really like this one a lot. I think you did a great job with that Gunsmoke. But since we did your car, I'm going to finish up with a big bottle here. Yeah! Woo, just walk into it. Boom! Just like a mist, just like kind of walk into the mist. What blade did you use? I used the supply blades, but funny enough, check this out. I actually found some of these Persona 74 injectors, but they're like jammed in here. I can't get them out. I was like trying so hard to push this. I'm gonna have to take this to my shop and like take this metal compartment because I've never used a Persona 74 injector. These are like legendary blades for DE, guys. These are the tungsten Persona 74s. So I'm hoping to use those next. Cool, guys. We've got for 32 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up here. Appreciate everyone out there in Shaving Land. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look for our newsletter in the next mid-October. You'll have the fall scent in it. Look for the video with Mantic 59. It's coming out next week for the Double Edge Discourse. Everyone out there have a safe and fun weekend. Thank you, and we'll see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things wet shaving. Thanks, guys.